Hi folks, Sandro here with more cartoon news and shenanigans, and today I'm talking about the hilarious news that Q-Force has been canceled after just one season at Netflix. It is a one and done, folks. It is gone. It is gone with the wind. It's gone. Poof, there it goes. And the reason I would say that this is hilarious, like why is this funny? This show just everyone seems to hate it. Either you hate it or you think it's hilarious. One of the two. One of the two. So what is Q-Force for those of you who are not in the loop? Maybe you don't watch cartoon news at all and you're like, I don't even know what this is. Basically, Netflix has been going very woke in recent years. They've put all kinds of crazy shit on their streaming service. You should really go look up Cuties. But don't watch Cuties because you might be mentally scarred for life. Oh my God. But yeah, they have all kinds of woke garbage on this platform, especially in recent years. Like they've been ramping it up over time. It wasn't always that way, but it has gotten there. And they decided to make this show where it's like they're like a secret agent force, but the gimmick is that all of them are gay. Right? Usually when you would have a show like this, you would have like 5 or 6 teammates or like, some kind of Justice League squad. And one of them at best would be gay, right? Maybe that person would be gay. And then they find a lover and you have like maybe 2 good gay characters on the show if you're lucky. This show went full balls to the wall. This show straight up went all in. They're like, no. They are all gay. They're all gay. Every single one of them. And it backfired. It really did backfire. Like, oh my God. When I watched the trailer, I was laughing my ass off. Holy mother of God. Whoever wrote this, I don't know if it was intentional. I don't know if maybe it was an inside job. Maybe they were just trying to destroy Netflix from the inside out. But I don't think so. I think this was just like, somebody was just blissfully unaware of what the heck they were actually making. They made it like 80, you know what, when I say something like 80s sitcom gay, do you guys know what I mean? Where it's like Richard Simmons, like, oh my God. Like it's 80s. It is literally Richard Simmons gay. That's what they went for. They didn't go for like, some modern version. Well, I guess there's some modern elements there, but like they went for the full-on sitcom variant here because I guess maybe it was their first time writing a show. I don't know who wrote the show. Perhaps it was their first time writing and they're like, people are used to gay characters acting like this in shows, so maybe we need to like, aim it towards those people. I don't know what the hell the situation was, but the people on the left thought that this show was a joke. Like they literally hate this show. And then meanwhile, the people on the right, like myself, I'm just having the time of my life. I'm chuckling. I'm like, I can't believe this exists. I can't believe they wasted such good animation. Like this is pretty solid animation. Say what you will about the show being a train wreck. The animation ain't half bad, folks. I will say that. That's the one thing I'll give this show. It did have solid animation, even though the designs are highly questionable. And yeah, I do want to read the article, but that's Q-Force in a nutshell. It's this weird gay show that every side of the political aisle and the people that were neutral are just like, what the hell is this abomination? So let's just read this article, see what they have here. The adult animated sitcom Q-Force won't be returning for a second season at Netflix, according to an interview with Matt Rogers on a podcast in recent weeks. So maybe Matt Rogers was this oblivious writer who didn't know what the hell they were doing. Animated by Titmouse Inc., the series was about a squad of secret agents who were all gay, and they went on extraordinary adventures. They must not have been too extraordinary if it was canceled after one season, folks. All 8 episodes. Okay, so there was only 8 episodes, so it's still costly to have this quality of animation, but there was only 8 episodes, so I guess Netflix weighed their options on this one, and they're like, yeah, this one needs to go. Usually a lot of Netflix shows these days are getting like 10 episodes, 8 episodes. They're keeping them low, and I really hate what they're doing. They're slicing their seasons in half. They're launching one in like, let's just say February, and then they're launching the other one in like June, right? So Stranger Things, something. Well, that one had a different like time spacing, but you get the idea. They're splitting their shows in half, and that's pissing me off. So Netflix, I just really am not excited for anything that's coming out of Netflix other than the Cuphead show right now. I don't know. There might be a good couple other shows that maybe crop up. Stranger Things, I am excited for that, but like I'm talking about cartoons. This is a cartoon news channel, obviously. There's not too much that I'm like hype for. But there's other things that I might just give a watch to. You know what I mean? But yeah, let's keep going here. So Netflix, it's just, for me, it's not doing well. It's not very exciting outside of Stranger Things and maybe Cuphead. And other people, too, are getting off the Netflix bandwagon. The stock is dropping like crazy. I think people have just had it up to here with Netflix. And cutting their losses on shows like this, smart move. This launched on, all 8 episodes of the first season dropped onto Netflix globally on September 2nd, 2021. So this show's not like that old. It's coming up on a year, but there you go. It's already gone. Q-Force notably featured the voices of Sean Hayes, Matt Rogers, Wanda Skies, Patty Harrison, Cole, and David. The show was criticized. Here we go. This is the good stuff here. The show was criticized from the first trailer. I was one of the people. I did do a reaction to it, and I laughed my ass off the whole way through. To its release due to the stereotypical characters portrayed. And even after the release, critics were still not particularly kind, albeit the criticisms were not as heavy as when the first set of trailers were released. There you go. As of today, the series sits at a whole 29% on Rotten Tomatoes, with the critical consensus being Q-Force's heart is in the right place, but dated stereotypes and a general lack of humor make this animated action adventure fall flat. Yeah, it's interesting. Like I said, Netflix thought that they were going on extraordinary adventures. Meanwhile, people did not give a shit about this show. So the storytelling was probably garbage. It seems like they went for the activism, right? They didn't care what kind of show they were making as long as it had the activism and the gay people up in front. Who gives a shit about the story? And that's why they failed, in my opinion. Maybe in a different world, they could have made a show of all gay characters that worked. It's going to be a really hard, tough sell. Very few of the population is actually gay. I think, what is it, like around 5% compared to the 95% like that would be straight. It's going to be a tough sell to a smaller community. You know what I mean? Like, how many people on that actually have Netflix on top of that are actually gay, right? If let's just say 95% of the population is straight, how many of the people that actually have Netflix on top of that, right? It's like how the trickle down. How many of those actually are gay at the end? Maybe they would only have 2% of the Netflix purchasers who own the streaming service that are actually gay. So it's a tough sell to make a show like this for sure. And like I said, they cut their losses. They saw, I guarantee you, as soon as they saw how much the animation budget for the show was, they're like, they probably looked at that, and then they looked at the whole woke angle and how many people hated the show. Because a lot of shows like this that have activism, they usually somehow crop up and get like more seasons, especially like in the comic book industry. They fail upwards. They make all of these gay characters. They turn characters that are straight into bisexual or gays. They just fail upwards and keep getting new books. And a lot of companies love to push this activism shit, but Netflix luckily cut them loose here. So thank God for that. And I only hope that they can take the people who animated this and give them a quality real story to make instead of this garbage. So there we go. Since the release of season 1, it's been unclear whether the series would be returning. Unlike some animated projects, Q-Force did not receive a big upfront episode order because they're smart. They knew this one could backfire. However, now we've learned that we won't be getting a season 2 of Q-Force, at least on Netflix. Speaking on the podcast, blah, blah, blah. Matt Rogers, who served as one of the writers and voices of the show, he voiced Twink. Oh my God, you can't make this shit up. You can't. Twink, the master of drag. Oh my God. Folks, you literally cannot make that up. That is a character. That is a character on the show. Oh my God. Like they made this show just so I could get a chuckle. I believe it. He told the podcast that the show would not be returning. He said it did not get a second season, but it added that he's still proud of what they released. Well, he shouldn't be proud because they got canceled after 8 episodes. And it did a good job for representation. Did it though? You have a character that's named Twink, the master of drag. How did that do? How is that good for representation? Oh my God. Yeah. Should I just start calling gay people twinks now? The LGB twinks. Oh my God. This is hilarious. I love this. Might even be funnier than the actual show. They mentioned how unfunny it was when they did the review up there. And yeah, let's just close it up here. I think we ragged on this one enough. He said it did not get Rogers did add some reassurance that season 1 isn't going anywhere, as you would expect of a Netflix original. Why would it go anywhere? Okay. Though saying the people that loved it really loved it, and the good news is that it will always be on Netflix. Or will it? Well, if a new CEO were to take over that's more right-leaning, they might start removing some, like, you guys got to think, a lot of the North American population, like myself, is Catholic, and for a lot of us, we're not so on the board with a lot of the LGB, LMNOP stuff here, right? And imagine if a very Christian CEO took over at Netflix, or what if a billionaire like Elon Musk, or even a millionaire, maybe just a millionaire, could take over Netflix. I don't know. They could change it to just completely eradicate or get rid of all of the woke and gay promoting content from the show, or they could take that and stuff it in like a rated R section. I don't know if Netflix has a rated R section exactly, but that's a possibility. They could just remove it outright. So to say that it'll always be on Netflix, I don't know. Don't count your chickens. Don't count your chickens. It could change. You never know. The host on the podcast said he went on to add that she predicts the show will come back in some form in the future. I don't think so. Look, maybe if Netflix starts turning things around, but they're crashing hard right now. I don't know. Like I said, don't count my maybe it will come back. I said don't count my chickens. Okay, maybe it'll come back. Who knows? It's just too special. Oh my God. After all, we've recently seen Tuca and Birdie get its second life on HBO Max. So it went from a woke corporation to another woke corporation. That's their survival plan on this one. And who knows, HBO Max, they're in massive billion-dollar debt. They had to do a merger with Discovery. They themselves are on the cusp of who knows, possibly crashing. And maybe it will. They did mention Tuca and Birdie somehow survived. So I don't know about this one though, because the animation here looks really high budget. That's my opinion. Tuca and Birdie, that's a different ball game. The budget there, like the animation wasn't that good. I don't know about this one. I think this one's going to stay a one and done. That's my opinion right now, but maybe I'm wrong. NBC Universal, notably, is the distributor of the show, so perhaps a Peacock revival could eventually be on the cards like Tuca and Birdie. And yeah, I think we don't need to read the rest. Let's see here. The news comes around the same time as another LGP animated series hit Netflix in the form of Dead End Paranormal Park. I talked about that. I am not going to be watching that show. For some reason, a lot of people on my YouTube channel are mass watching that and dislike it. They don't like my opinion. That's fine. Dislike the video, folks. I did make a shit ton of money from that video, by the way. That was really great. Really did enjoy that video's performance. I got to say, everything's up and a lot of crybabies in the comments. But many will now fear the show will follow in the same direction. That'd be, look, listen, folks. I'm a cartoon fan. Whenever a show, like this show probably deserved to get canceled. Everybody hated it. But I do know a lot of people like certain shows like that, like Steven Universe, right? I did not think that was a good show. I know a lot of my fans here. I talk to you guys in my Discord all the time. Some of you really thought that Dead India was a good show. Some of you even said it was one of the best on Netflix. I don't believe you. I think you're crazy. But but it's always sad when a good show dies, right? When a show has a fandom, not a fun time when it goes away. But I think I've heard enough from Dead India fans that it'll probably come back for at least one more season, probably. It did have that whole Gravity Falls kind of vibe where it's like, here's this amusement park that's all wacky and cryptic. So it'll probably come back for at least another season. But Netflix animation not doing hot, don't expect it. I'm going to say go in with if you set your expectations low enough, you're not going to be disappointed when it doesn't happen. That's probably the best way to say it. But are you disappointed Q-Force isn't getting a second season? No. Everybody hated this show. Let's be real. And yeah, so I think that Dead India is probably coming back for at least one more. Maybe it'll get a trilogy, like a whole 3 seasons. Like Amphibia. Amphibia wasn't really gay focused. It did have a couple episodes here and there. But yeah, I could see them doing a 3-season run of Dead India. That's my opinion on that. You guys can disagree. Maybe it's gonna get 10 seasons. Let me know in the comments down below. I think I did a nice little coverage of this one here. I gave you guys all the facts we read. This article was really well constructed. It didn't really this was a very neutral article. I've seen other maybe I should have gone for a wilder article, but I thought this was very neutral. I enjoyed it. I'll give a shout out to Casey Moore and what's on Netflix.com. Again, it's a site I've never used. Very, very nice. Great site. I give it 2 thumbs up. And there you go, folks. Have a great day. Comment down below, like I said. Let me know your thoughts on Dead India or otherwise. Please like, please share, please subscribe. And why not watch an ad for your boy Sandro? Thank you guys so much. Peace out. Bye-bye.